Well, like I was talking about earlier about Pilot ATC, before when I'd reach over here and manipulate anything on the window, it would I'd be recording on the desktop full screen, uh, and anytime I would come over to this, I'd have to sit here and grab it several times to try to get it to move, and then it would grab, and then every time it would kick me onto desktop mode and just ruin my recordings. And so I was out on the road doing my reading and stuff, and a while back I found a nice video on YouTube. A guy, can't remember, quite recall his name, but gives a great tutorial on how to get this working. It's real simple, the OBS stuff. Go in there and adjust it a little bit, crop it, because basically it's going to capture what I'm seeing. It's kind of a round view, and then it's got black edges on it and everything, because you just can't capture VR properly unless you're 3D. And so the closest I could get would be to grab some video and then run it through the processor and convert it to 2D or 3D stereo, or go into anaglyph. I picked up some 4 pair of glasses, so I can upload it to YouTube and watch it on my phone in 3D, or on the computer, or on YouTube on the big TV. It's pretty awesome. Another great tool is this over here, just the OVR tool that lets you bring in windows. Of course, you could bring in multiples. I don't really try to fly real long flights. I like maybe an hour or two in the air, and then come in for a landing. It's hard to sit here for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and not have some kind of entertainment. But I just love how it just disappears that way. It's just not obtrusive. It's so I can check out my wing like I like to do, and then when I put my head at a certain angle, it pops up. Of course, I can move that anywhere I want and size it any way I want. It's really awesome how far the simulators come since I got out of it 15 years ago. And the enormity of some of the airplanes, I haven't even got started on the 737, and it's going to be a real awesome aircraft. And then my 7.5 and 7.6, I'm just sitting pretty with airplanes. I really don't need any others. If they maybe come out with a CRJ possibly, or different model of this one or something, maybe it might be interested. But I tell you what, if you're thinking about getting into it, of course you got to have a pretty hefty PC to pull it off in VR. And we're sitting here cruising at 35 frames, and I can show you my settings real quick. And I've got visual effects way up here, texture quality max, world objects. I keep detail down. It's got plenty. Anti-aliasing, azeotropic. I'm running at about 8x right now. I'm on Vulkan, and it's just the Beta 17 is running real well. Me and Captain Ed tried to link up in the Citation and share the cockpit. They had a few bugs. My system of controls are a lot different than his. He's straight USB, where I've got software running mine, and we were having issues getting control brought back and forth and everything. So I found I had to unplug stuff and things like that, but eventually we'll get there. And possibly the new simulator will hopefully have something incorporated where people can share easier, quicker, more simpler, and have more function between the two. but remains to be seen. Hopefully. I'm sure I'll probably end up getting it. Just waiting for it to support what I've got built. X-Plane does a great job. I just love it. So there's, let's say I can bring in other windows. Bring this over. I'm not real familiar with how to do it. I can get the basics in here, but then to set up multiple windows. Another function is I can lock this and it's secure. So all I got to do is make sure I've got this program running when I come into the sim, and it's there. And these folks that stream live and stuff, they've got 3 or 4 or 5 things going, chat windows and all that. And, it's pretty awesome what they're doing. I'm just learning from them. They're kind enough to share their knowledge. And, makes the hobby fun. So we're over a bunch of flat land. Over here on the map, we can change the way things look. Getting a little high there. That means my trim's just a touch off. So bump her down a little bit. She's not quite keeping with the flight director, and that's due to probably the Brunner
Challenger
software.
321, you have traffic at 11 o'clock 5 miles at flight level 240.
Well, I don't see him. Looking for traffic, Challenger 321. Looking for traffic, Challenger 321. Okay, so that little pop there after you hear me say it twice. If I don't hear that pop, that means I did not get through on my transmission. So the way that works is, they say something or I say something, I'll hear that pop, I know the transmission went through properly. Like if they give me a command, I can acknowledge it myself, or just reach over here on another joystick I've got sitting here, my side stick, tap a button, and my co-pilot responds. And then after that, you'll hear the mic click, and then you'll hear another click. That means he's changed the radio frequency for me. It takes a lot of, and I can just have him control the radios all the way. I think all I got to do is like say, ready for pushback or engine start, just to get the thing started and going, and then those two, control and co-pilot, can have at it. But I enjoy trying to learn the phrases and all that, and eventually, I might work into flying live online. We'll see. Right now I can practice that. Start putting together, communications with SIDS and stars, and kind of know what to do when told. But anyway, it's we can do terrain, satellite. That's a chart view. So I have a VFR chart you can put in there. Street view. We can go down at street level. All kinds of stuff. We can do high and low airways. This thing does all kinds of things. So right here is a text window. So once the communication's made, it puts the text in there, so I can kind of go back and get the numbers and the data that I need, because a lot of, they speak it too fast, and I'm sitting there trying to fly this and remember what they said and turn around and plug that number in. It's hard to do on an old guy like me. And it sure does enhance the realism. All right, well, we've got 34 minutes to top of descent, so I'll check back in a little bit.